right, it's official. We are walking into the movie right now to go see Deadpool Wolverine. I'm so excited. You excited, Drew?
I'm so excited. So excited.
All right, here we go.
Hey.
It's like magic.
Right?
Movie magic.
Oh, it just popped up right here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Girls Like Nerds. Obviously, I'm not in my usual spot. That's okay because we are actually in San Diego for Comic-Con this weekend. But we did see Deadpool Wolverine movie yesterday. Obviously, you remember my good friend Drew Daly.
That's me.
My fellow nerd comes and hangs out with me all the time.
Well, I don't know what you mean by nerd, but whatever.
I mean, it's just who we are.
Yeah.
It's just the way of life at this point. So we are in the hotel room, but before we actually go down into, I guess, just kind of walk around and see other cosplayers and have a good San Diego Comic-Con time, I wanted to have a nice little movie recap review with you.
Yeah, it was very tough not talking about it after we saw the movie yesterday. Because that's what we usually do. We see a movie, and then we talk about it, like, right away.
Yeah.
We held it until now for you guys, so...
Yeah, so listen, spoiler alert.
Tons of spoilers. There should be a banner right there that says spoilers.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are okay with that, please keep watching. But I think we can just kind of get into it.
Yeah, there's like a ton to cover in this movie. First of all, opening credit scene, amazing.
Oh my god.
The entire Bye 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 dance by NSYNC, except he didn't do the superhero landing part that I forgot was in the music video. There's a part towards the end where Justin Timberlake comes down and does the superhero landing. And Deadpool famously doesn't like that, so... No.
He hates the superhero landings.
Amazing. So far, all the Deadpool movies have had really good opening scenes, and this was another one.
Did you see that of the list of writers, Ryan Reynolds was at the top, and of the list of producers, he was at the top as well? Did you see that?
So I saw an interview that he and the director, Sean Levy, and Hugh Jackman were doing, and Ryan Reynolds basically wrote this movie, and it like came together because of an idea that Hugh Jackman had, and they didn't say what it was, obviously, because they weren't trying to spoil the movie or anything, but yeah, he was writing it, Hugh Jackman had this idea, and that's how it, like, everything came together, and that's how they pitched it to Kevin Feige.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Well, I saw it, I watched the interview, the day before the movie.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Well, that's just genius. They did such a great job.
Very much.
Yeah, as soon as the movie started, Deadpool is digging up Logan's corpse in the ground, and he really made it seem like he was going to be alive down there. Yeah. Like he was just like Dracula, just like taking a nap or something, and he wasn't. He was definitely not alive. He looked like almost like the Terminator.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
Because like his bones aren't bones; they're adamantium, right?
But like the jawline, you're like, damn, that's a strong jawline. But it does look like the Terminator robots, and you're like, oh, that's kind of a good.
I know. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And then it fully went to Bye 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 and NSYNC, and I damn near jumped out of my seat. I was like, oh my god, I love this song. I know the dance. I was doing it in my head.
The very accurate dance moves where you're like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, like clearly Ryan Reynolds wasn't dancing.
I mean, you never know.
I mean, that's probably an actual dancer because I was like, this guy was hitting those moves. Yeah. It was so entertaining.
I was like, is that Justin Timberlake in this?
No, stop! Imagine did Justin Timberlake make a cameo in this?
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. So I feel like I tend to jump all over the place when I watch a movie and get really excited, but Drew is better at keeping me anchored and grounded. Yeah. Especially when it comes to things like this, as we talk to you about how we feel about the movie. So I think kind of starting from the beginning and working our way through is our best bet.
Yeah, because they the way they did this movie, it really made me think that it's going to be kind of a soft reset of Marvel.
I think so too.
Because then from that opening credit scene, they do the rewind to see how he got there, and we kind of get into the TVA. You see where he's at with his life, and then the TVA gets introduced, and you have to kind of remember everything that happened in Loki, seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, I thought it was really interesting they brought in the TVA into this movie, because I was like, I watched Loki season 1, but I actually never watched Loki season 2. Oh. And I'm like, did people even know who the TVA is?
So there's a lot that happens in Loki season 2 with the TVA and Kang and his character. And all that stuff that went down with the actor, they kind of... Yeah. So they actually rewrote
wait. Yeah. No, I think I remember that, I don't know.
They rewrote the ending of Loki to accommodate them kind of, not going the Kang Dynasty route. And so they reformed the TVA. So instead of going out and like pruning all the timelines like they were in season 1, they are basically just kind of overseers and make sure nothing gets too
too out of place in the timeline.
Right.
Okay. And then what is his name? Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy. Paradox.
Paradox.
Yeah.
I was like, Mr. Darcy, I love him so much. Obviously, he's been in a ton of other things, but he's Mr. Darcy to me, so I was so excited to see him in this movie.
Yeah, and he was great. Like his comedic timing was good. Really matched up well with
really did,
Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool's energy and stuff and his sarcasm and all that. But
it's interesting because I feel like probably about halfway through the movie, I was wondering if I was gonna feel like the comedy was too forced, right? Because it was almost like everything's funny, everything has a pun, everything is like overly said and overly done as far as like Deadpool's character, and I'm like, damn, there's a lot of like funny, like funny down your throat funny, and then it would be balanced off with like something serious and something sad. So I thought they really kind of put us on this little roller coaster really nicely.
It's funny you say that because I was thinking that too with like the mistake that Thor Love and Thunder had is it was so comedic that there were no stakes. Like you couldn't take anything seriously. And this one, Deadpool is so sarcastic all the time, but it's part of his character where everything else around him is serious, but he's joking all the time, so it balances.
His sarcasm comes from sadness and like insecurities and heartbreak. Yeah.
And those moments where he's serious, you're kind of like, oh, wow, because he's never serious. So when he is, you're just like, oh. Okay.
It's almost this like relatability that they really put on his character. What they call him the anti-hero, right? But you really just feel like not like kind of. I'm like, oh my god, that could be me. What?
Dude, it could be you.
It could be. Exactly. Thank you. Nicest things ever said to me.
Yeah.
So I think opening scene phenomenal. Learning how he got there to find Logan in the first place, right? So Logan, because he's the character arc? What did they say?
He's the anchor.
He's the anchor character, which is.
So it's like there's different names for it. So in Marvel they called it like the Nexus being, or in like the Spider-Man Across the Universe movies they called it like the canon events and stuff. So it's like Wolverine is the anchor character that the timeline depends on, and it's a metaphor for the Fox X-Men universe, right? Because like once Wolverine was gone, all the X-Men stuff just went downhill. Like it was dependent on him. And Iron Man for Marvel, once he's gone,
same thing.
Marvel goes downhill, right? Absolutely. So they're the anchor characters, and Wade Wilson has to save the anchor character
in order to save his timeline.
Right, yeah. Because he's gone from his timeline, he's dead, right? So
now Wade goes into so many universes trying to find like Wolverine. And what I thought was really funny, the first Wolverine that we see that he finds is technically like the Wolverine in the comic books is actually what they're supposed to be, these like kind of short and stocky and like feisty.
Dude, it was amazing.
I was dying. He was like sitting in the stool and he gets up. I'm like, this is
Dude,
great.
It was so good. He's like, hello, comically accurate Wolverine.
Hello, like short king. I was like, oh, these are going to be great.
Yeah.
And with that being the first Wolverine that he found, I was like, okay, so he's really going to just travel so many universes and find the most hilarious Wolverines. I think one of my favorite ones was one of our favorite actors, Henry Cavill, did a nice little cameo.
Yeah.
And he was like, from the back, you look just like Henry. And then he turns around and he was like, oh, this just feels right.
Yeah. He looked really good as Wolverine.
He looked really good as Wolverine. And I never thought of him as Wolverine.
If he already wasn't in his like mid-40s, I would say, dude, we need that. We need Henry Cavill. Just cast Henry Cavill as everything.
As everyone and everything.
Because he's good in everything.
I'm just obsessed with him.
But he would be a great Wolverine also. He looked amazing, and he's so jacked.
Oh yeah, he did this funny little accent. Oh my goodness, it was that was a really funny little scene. And then the Wolverine that they end up going with and finding and committing to they call him like the worst of the Wolverines because of how he really let down his universe. And we find later in the movie what really happened, because when they find that Wolverine, he's sitting at the bar as usual, getting fucked up and just miserable and like sad, and nobody likes him, and he's like the worst Wolverine. But Deadpool brings him over to the TVA anyway to try and help his timeline.
Yeah, and I mean, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman always have great chemistry, right? But the characters, they just play off each other so well, because Wolverine is like no nonsense, and then Ryan Reynolds is constant nonsense.
Constant nonsense.
So yeah, it's really great.
Yeah, how they play off each other is like, I feel like it's like a writer's dream come true, right?
100%.
Like they could
especially
not
if
have
Ryan
been a
Reynolds
better
is
pair.
writing it, like
absolutely,
because he knows how to write both of them.
And Hugh Jackman is a funny guy too. So
Yeah,
even though his character was super no nonsense, very serious, straightforward, like kind of angry and a little wild, it was still like likable, and you feel bad for the guy.
Yeah.
Like you didn't like hate him. So they really, and again, like I was talking about with Deadpool, I feel like they did a nice balance of character.
Oh yeah.
And the characters here.
And it's so funny. It must be like really great to write for a character like Deadpool, because you can just say stuff out loud, because that's part of his character. He breaks the fourth wall. So he straight up describes Wolverine. He's like, "Oh, you've got that I'm hurt, stay away from me so I don't hurt you" kind of vibe. And it's like, that's what Wolverine is. He's not like a bad dude. He's hurt, so he acts like an asshole to keep from like being close to people. And that's how you kind of see throughout the movie, you see his character progress and stuff. And it's like, he just says it out loud because he can. That's part of the Deadpool. Yeah.
Because he can.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like this shirt. Just real quick, I forgot I had this shirt, and I was like, "What am I going to wear while we're talking about this?" And I was like, "Oh,
it works perfectly."
Wolverine, love
especially
you.
with that outfit.
Oh my god, I didn't realize. Yeah, especially with the actual little half mask on, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah. So I thought that was great, and then he brings him to the TVA. Obviously, there's just constant like, oh my god, their fight scenes were insane. Yeah. Just the two of them fighting, because neither of them can die, and so essentially they could be fighting each other till the end of time if you want to. And I was like, do you remember, this is so random, this is the shit I think about, in Pirates of the Caribbean, the very first one, Johnny Depp's character, Jack Sparrow, he like takes one of the coins and he ends up being cursed, and now him and Barbossa are fucking fighting, and he's like, we could do this forever. And I'm like, yo, this is what it reminds me. I'm like, they could just be here forever, fighting forever.
It's like, you don't get tired, you know, they can't die. And that's the same with like Deadpool and Wolverine, and you see it in the movie, right? They're just fighting and fighting and fighting. The
craziest fight scenes. I mean, blood everywhere, knives in places that you never would really want a knife to go.
Dude, it's funny because I think they've talked about it in other movies, but not this one, where it's like, yeah, you heal, but it still hurts,
but
right?
It's still gonna hurt.
Like a knife in that part of a man's body would not
be pleasant.
I would probably rather die.
He talks about a scene. I think Deadpool's character talks in a scene when they're at his apartment, and the TVA comes.
Oh yeah.
During his birthday party, and he's like thinking they're like, oh, like strippers. And he starts talking and like really graphic sexual content and talking about getting pegged, and he was like, how obviously that happened, I think, in the first Deadpool movie with his girlfriend. And I'm like, the things that he can say and get away with saying, it's kind of cringy, but it's part of the story and it's part of the characters, so you just have to like go with it as an audience member. But it does take a second sometimes. It kind of puts me aback a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Disney and Marvel definitely did not shy away from the R rating, which is good. I thought they were going to kind of like, hey, he said the F word twice, so now it's rated R. But nope, they went full rated R.
Which I agree. If you're going to say fuck, then go for it all the way and just commit.
He said it within the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, he said it in the trailer. I mean, one of the little trailer scenes they were cussing.
Oh yeah, they were like, let's fucking go.
Oh my gosh, it was so great. So then, so after Wolverine and Deadpool are fighting, so they fight. What is that called when the TVA like zaps you? They put you.
So they send them to the Void.
The Void. Yes.
Yeah. Which you kind of knew from the previews. You were like, okay, that place looks like the Void, and
which is very Mad Maxy kind of middle of nowhere.
And they leaned into that. Like they make fun.
Heavy. Yeah.
They make so many callbacks to other movies and make fun of other movies. Like they straight up have a scene that's like Mad Max Furiosa, where he's cruising on a car led by a bunch of
Oh my gosh.
motorcycles,
It
like
looked
a chariot.
exactly like the Mad Max and Furious
Yeah, it was
movies.
pretty funny.
It was pretty great, actually. It was awesome.
Lots of character callbacks in there, including one. I mean, it's such a random ass cameo that I don't even know if we should spoil it, but they come across the character in the void, and you're just like, oh damn! And then you find out who it is, and you're like, oh damn!
No, we got to spoil it. We're talking about. We're talking about it.
All right, go ahead, talk about it then.
So Chris Evans' character, the actor, is in the movie. I actually recognized his voice immediately. I don't know if you did when he was talking.
I thought it was, but I was like, no. I was like, they wouldn't.
Well, and when they were in the TVA before they got zapped to the void, they were doing a lot of throwback, like little scenes on the screens behind. What's his name again? Mr. Darcy. What's his name?
Oh, Paradox.
Paradox.
Yeah.
I just keep calling him Mr. Darcy. Anyway, so behind Mr. Darcy, there was like all these scenes, but we had seen Captain America a lot. And I'm like, I wonder if he's going to be in this
Deadpool
movie.
like salutes him. He's like, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty. I was like, oh, I just love for like, the first Avenger, and then they get zapped to the void, and the first person they see after they kind of take a break from finding each other is Chris Evans, the actor, but he's kind of covered up, so you can't see his face. I hear his voice. I'm like, okay, obviously
he's
this
wearing
is
the
this
bluish,
guy. And you see
like,
his arm has like a blue kind of, whatever sleeve to it, and then he gets down, and you're just like, he finally turns around and reveals his face, and I'm like, oh my god, Captain America, this is so exciting. Yeah. And then right as he's about to say his like iconic Avengers Unite, right?
Avengers Assemble.
Assemble line that Deadpool gets super excited about, he goes, flame on. And I mean, everybody in the theater, I lost my shit.
Yeah, everybody's like, oh!
I was like, what?
Yeah.
It was so cool!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I loved it so much. But I feel like Deadpool and Wolverine didn't love it because they didn't like his like fighting skills, and they're like, we don't even know this guy. I don't know who this is.
Yeah, they were like, oh. Okay.
And honestly, Chris Evans is like, I forget, he's funny too.
Oh yeah, he's very
His
funny.
comedic timing was just flawless. It was
but
really
also,
great.
It's kind of genius by Marvel because that introduces the Fantastic Four into the universe. Like, Fantastic Four exists.
And those are one of my favorite movies, actually.
Even one of the cars that they're driving in that little caravan was one of Reed Richards' Fantastic Four, like, hovering cars.
Oh, really?
I
was wondering what car that was.
They barely show it, but it's got the big four in it, you know. And,
oh, that's so cool.
I didn't mind the first Fantastic Four movie. The second one with Silver Surfer was
Silver Surfer,
meh.
I agree. That very first, the first one though, I really like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's
I haven't
actually
watched it in a while, but I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good.
So then the three of them get taken, I guess, kidnapped. Would you say?
Yeah, like captured.
Get captured.
Yeah.
And they get taken into, I guess, kind of the heart of the void, to the leader, you would call, of the void, which ends up being Xavier's sister, apparently, like twin sister, Cassandra.
Yep.
And actually, so this girl, this English actress, I've seen her in a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you've ever seen her in anything.
I recognize her, but I couldn't place her. I mean, she's wearing the bald cap and all that stuff, so I was like, no.
Yeah, I feel like she has this like really pretty, proper like English accent, and I just thought she was like such a good actor. And kind of seeing them when I saw her in the trailers, I thought she was going to be like, what's the girl in Doctor Strange?
Oh, like the ancient one. Yeah.
That's who I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
That would have been interesting. That would have explained the
ring.
portal,
But anyway, so it ends up being somebody else altogether. But I thought that was really cool. And then they end up killing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his character's name though.
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm.
Yeah, he ends up dying in like a really Human Torch in like a really graphic, disgusting way. I mean, it's giving like the level of like The Boys, like.
Oh yeah.
The level of gore and like violence that is in this movie is what this is reminding me of. It's just
it's like it's not. I mean, it's close. It's not quite as perverse as The Boys, but it's close.
Yeah, it's kind of close for sure.
It's
definitely gory. Definitely very, very bloody.
Yeah, The Boys is like, very over the top. This is just gory. Like, yeah, if you did those things, it would be very bloody, right?
So then Johnny dies, and they have this really interesting, like, not standoff, but unhappy interaction with Cassandra. And I just got the sense that she just was not a happy person. Yeah. She just seemed lonely. She just seemed like she'd been in the void her whole life. Doesn't really have anybody on her level as far as skill and intelligence. So she's just kind of people are working for her, other mutants that have been zapped into the void are working for her, or they end up getting killed. So you could feel the sense of like sadness in her, but she's still a leader, so she just had to like be such a
also
boss.
Scary as hell. Her powers, man. Like,
I mean, like they were like limitless.
She would literally kill you in a second, and she like puts her hand in Deadpool's brain, and you see her fingers like moving around his face
and like grabbing his nose and lips and everything.
It would be just like, what a weird feeling.
Which was like an ode to, I wonder if that's how people would feel when Professor X would be in their heads, right? Like, that's kind of necessarily, it's not physically a hand in there, but I wonder if because you just feel all jumbled.
That's kind of what she said. Is she like, my brother could do it with a thought.
We're back. Okay. Just had to get alcohol that I ordered because I had to show my ID. So,
right.
Cheers.
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 Oh, that's good.
Oh, that first sip. Delicious.
Yeah.
Anyway, where were we?
Okay, so we were talking about the whole thing with Cassandra and stuff, and this is what we do. We're dragging it on a little bit, so we'll speed it up just a bit. But all the cameos there was...
A lot of cameos, yes.
There was, what's-his-face from the second X-Men movie, guy who...
that Firestarter.
That's the same character from the second
one. Yeah, I
one.
know! How cool is that? They really brought a lot of people back. I love that.
But, so him... We saw Sabretooth for just a minute.
For just like a second. And that Sabretooth was in the first X-Men movie.
The first X-Men movie.
Yes,
Toad from the first X-Men movie.
Toad from the first X-Men movie was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool that they brought them back. So those were cool cameos. There was like other side... Oh, they had Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah, that Juggernaut,
and it was funny because you can't have the same actor from that movie. He's like 60 years old now. But it was the same outfit from the third X-Men movie. The Last Stand, the terrible one that ruined it.
You didn't like that one?
No, that one was terrible. Freaking Brett Ratner, man.
I liked the end of that one because then you're like, oh my god, Wolverine can't die. Like, that was so cool. And like, no.
I wasn't a fan.
Anyway.
There was good parts of it.
Right.
I mean, all good actors, characters, and all that stuff. But, yeah.
Lots of cameos. I think one of my favorite cameo scenes was when Wolverine and Deadpool were... they managed to escape the first encounter with Cassandra, and where they escaped to, it looks kind of this underground cave-like place, and as someone is coming through the hallway, we don't know who it is, but Deadpool brings out his, like...
katana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he's, like, ready to start fighting somebody, and the second it hits, I guess, not metal, but, you know,
it's called
weapon to weapon.
They call it a sai, like the weapon that she holds up.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought those things are like, anyway, you don't know. So, totally.
She's like,
and it ends up being Elektra, was the first one, played by Jennifer Gardner, actual Elektra.
Right. She looks great, by the way.
Looked amazing. What the fuck?
Like, she's in great shape.
She looks amazing. And that was one of my favorite movies, actually. I always liked that movie. It's like a cult classic for me.
Never saw it.
That's okay. And one of the funny scenes with her, I think they were talking about her and
they were talking about some of the other people that were like in their group that may have died or whatever, and it was Elektra, and then it was Wesley Snipes as Blade, which was amazing.
That was the second person that had come through the hallway. Yeah. I'm losing my shit. I'm falling out of my seat. Blade was one of my all-time favorite characters.
So great. God. And Ryan Reynolds worked with Wesley Snipes on Blade 2, I think it was.
Blade 3.
Blade 3.
Yeah.
And then Gambit, played by Channing Tatum, with a very questionable accent.
I thought he had like a French accent, and then I thought he had like a New Orleans Bayou kind of accent.
It's supposed to be the Bayou, like Louisiana. Okay. Is what it's supposed to be.
But it was like, and then it was like super southern. I don't know. It was kind of really going up and down with the accent, but they really play into that. And Deadpool's character talks about it a lot. Yeah. Calls him out a lot because it's kind of confusing with some of the words he's saying. You can't really understand everything, but. I love Channing Tatum, and I thought he was like really fun. His comedic timing is really great too. Yeah.
And a comic accurate costume, which was dope.
And a what?
The comic accurate costume that he had.
Oh yeah, with the crazy cool helmet and and the cards, everything.
Which was really cool.
Everything was really cool.
So they talked about like who was in our group. Every time somebody goes up against Cassandra, somebody dies, and he's like, "Oh yeah, what about Daredevil?" They're like, "No, he's dead." And Ryan Reynolds was like, "Yeah, Okay.
Well, yeah. So they go, Daredevil's dead, and then they look at Elektra, and they're like, "Sorry." She's like, "Nah, it's not a big deal."
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny because that was Ben Affleck was their ex-husband.
Yeah.
They're not together anymore. I was like, dying.
There's
like, this
so
is
much.
good.
There's so much meta shit in this
movie.
movie.
They really play into it.
Like,
it's fantastic.
yeah.
But and it's sometimes they even say like he would say Hugh instead of Logan or Wolverine. He'd say Hugh as like Hugh Jackman's first name. They would really play into those a lot and like breaking walls. But we all know who the actors are. We all know other things that they've been in.
Yeah.
So as they play around with that, I think it's just one of those things with movies that you never get to see and experience. So as an audience member and such a fan and nerdy people, you're just like, oh my god, this is
Why
a
did you
dream
point
come
to
true.
me when you said nerd? Cause...
I pointed to me first.
That's good.
Okay. I was just flexing my wrist a little bit. That's all.
No, the cameos right there were great, and it's easy to get lost in like the nostalgia vibe. That's what a lot of the multiverse stuff was doing. But this was like an homage, like, hey, we're paying respect to those that came before us, kind of thing. And the movie wasn't reliant on it. It was like cool fan service.
Yeah, and I think they really did a great job bringing these nostalgic characters to the movie that we all know and love, but also continuing with the storyline and not lingering on that too much. As they continue with the storyline, they have little moments with each character that just make you be like, oh, and he said that, and oh, he would do this, or she would fight like that. And then the last of those cameos in that little like cave scene was A23, what was her name?
X-23.
X-23.
From Logan.
Yeah, the little girl who's not really a little girl anymore, by the way.
She looked great.
Yeah, she looks fantastic. And I feel like in Logan, she didn't really talk.
No,
right?
she didn't talk except for like right towards the end. And she spoke Spanish. She does in this one like a little bit too also. But she's probably mid-20s
she's just like, grown up and like such a good actor, and the fight scenes were still sick as hell.
Yep.
So they end up all banding together to fight Cassandra, and they just like plow into this Ant-Man, what was it? This like old...
So it's Ant-Man's costume as he's like giant, but he died. So she just uses his armor or suit or whatever you call it as her base. And the helmet opens and it's like his skull is right there, and you're just like, oh.
Oh, kind of creepy, but in a very cool way.
Yeah.
They just plow right through, and they have this massive fight scene. And each character has really fun, like, solo fight scene moments that you get to see. I was really surprised. I always thought Gambit was, like, a really lowly kind of superhero character. And this motherfucker's got some fire skills. He was like, those cards weren't just cards. He had like swords. Yeah. They would explode. They were flying. I'm like,
this is why you gotta watch X-Men '97. Cause
I know. He's
Gambit. Anybody who's seen X-Men '97 knows Gambit. Like, yeah. I won't tell you because it'll spoil.
Okay, yeah. I thought that was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. Blade has this gun that I'm obsessed with, the little stake gun that he shot this guy with. Little things like that would happen throughout the movie that were barely, I feel like, just skimming the surface on, because those are just things that I specifically remember as an audience member and as a fan that I loved watching. They find out they have to get Juggernaut's helmet in order to actually stop Cassandra.
Yeah, because it blocks her powers. Yeah.
Yes. That is a whole moment that happens there, but they end up getting the helmet, and they end up actually sparing her. And I think, as I was talking about earlier, and how Cassandra just seemed just really lonely and sad and like misunderstood, they all have that similarity between the three of them, so they kind of had a moment of sparing her. And then
and part of that was because just before they get the helmet on her, she's inside of Wolverine's brain, and you find out what really happened to his universe and how
why everybody hates him in his universe and why he's so miserable.
He not only like let everybody down, but then
he went on like a killing spree after
killing rampage apparently,
and just killed a bunch of people.
And so Cassandra and Wolverine have the connection of Charles
Xavier.
Daenerys
Targaryen as a Game of Thrones. Everybody dies. Okay.
So they find, Professor X relatable between them. Wolverine knew him and knew what he would want and stuff. She never technically knew him. She just knew that he choked her out in the womb. That's how they kind of relate to each other. And they end up sparing her, and she doesn't become a good guy or anything, but she's basically like, okay, you have 4 seconds to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so they make it back to the TVA, and kind of when we find out that Mr. Darcy's character is Mr. Darcy is trying to not only he actually doesn't really care about saving Deadpool's universe, Deadpool's timeline. He actually also wants it to be destroyed a lot faster than it naturally would have just completely gone away. So he creates this machine that will destroy timelines like instantly. So by the time they make it back to the TVA, that machine is almost finished. They haven't done any safety checks, so I'm over here like, this thing is not going to work. Like, what's about to happen? And they have a fun. So I think that once they make it back to the TVA, the machine's almost done.
Oh, the Deadpool core.
Yes.
Yeah, that part was pretty epic. Like the Deadpool core is referenced earlier in the movie, but you don't see it. All you see is nice guy Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds, and he's like handsome with long hair, and he says sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, in the void, there's just tons of other. Apparently, there's a bunch of Deadpools that get sent into the void. So throughout the entire void, there happens to be probably countless amount of Deadpools that we just don't even know exist down there. So when they make it back to the TVA, this portal opens where all these I'm talking like dozens of Deadpools come pouring out to stop Deadpool and Wolverine from actually stopping Mr. Darcy from destroying Deadpool's timeline. But the first person that walks out of that portal, you just kind of see shoes, and it's like these cute little like wedge boots, and then it pans up, and it's like a she Deadpool. It's like a Deadpool, but
it's
a girl.
Lady Deadpool, played by my wife, Blake Lively.
Played by Blake Lively. It's funny because you don't obviously see her face, but you see this beautiful mane of blonde hair as a ponytail that comes out. And I was like scrolling through social media the other day before we saw the movie and saw that she might be in this, so I was like, fuck. Kind of ruined it for me, but okay. And the second you hear her voice, you're like, of course that's her. So they have this really fun interaction and this crazy fight scene between Deadpool, Wolverine, and all the other Deadpools. That is the scene that right before they start fighting that we end up seeing this version of Wolverine's costume.
That part.
Which I was not expecting.
He pulls his mask over and you're just like, fuck.
Right? At first I was like, is he like scratching? I'm like, what is he about to do right now? And he like pulls it over, like right over his eyes. And I'm like, first of all, I'd never had a crush on Hugh Jackman until that moment. I'm like, god damn. Yeah. Like, this motherfucker looked good. Yeah. And it was such a like, his form, like in such a weird form when he's like,
he does like the comedy accurate, stance and stuff.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And that whole fight scene that they have together, it's really just at the Universal backlot, like, right? You're like, I know that building, I recognize that building. Yep. That was such a great fight scene, and it was really funny and cool to watch, and I feel like there were a lot of, like, I don't know, like, Easter eggy kind of characters in there. I feel like I saw, like, a Tron Deadpool. Did you see that one?
Oh, there's tons. There's Headpool, which is like the floating head, whatever.
Yes, that's what that
Headpool, there's Dogpool, there's Babypool, there's Cowboy Deadpool. Like, there's just a ton.
The fun part when you get to watch it is kind of picking the ones that you can recognize. That's also just a fun part of watching a movie like this, is finding little scenes like where you're talking about the car from Fantastic Four, things like that you see.
There's so much attention to detail for like...
In every single scene, you can look in the background and you can see things on the table, and like it's really so specific, like nothing is there on accident. And there's something there. It's one of those movies that you can just watch and watch and watch and keep finding like new things. I feel like I'm such a nerd, but every time I watch Harry Potter, I'm like that. I'm like, oh my god! Like little things like that.
I'm like, oh my god, Slytherin really is the worst house.
Oh my god, Gryffindor, disgusting. Still, no wonder. Wow.
The never-ending debate.
We managed to bring that in every single conversation.
Right? It's like a goal.
It always comes back to Harry Potter. I'm sorry. So after they kind of get through that entire fight scene, Wolverine and Deadpool's character make it back into where that machine is, where inside the TVA, while Mr. Darcy's character is going crazy. But before they can really figure out how to stop him, Cassandra actually comes to the portal and decides to just say, fuck it all.
I'm going to destroy everything.
I'm going to destroy everything, and everything's going to be the void, and I'm just going to be the leader of everything that's left. So now you get Cassandra kind of stuck in this machine, and she's like pulling the matter and the antimatter, and she's just ready to just fuck everybody's life up. But they find out how to stop her.
Right. And then, like we talked about earlier, where they have this balance of like comic versus, serious parts, it gets serious, and because they've done such a good job with the balance, when it gets serious, you're like, okay, this is not like joking time.
It got serious.
You know, because Wolverine and Deadpool both want to make a sacrifice because they find out in order to destroy this machine, they're going to destroy themselves. So both of them want to sacrifice for the greater good, and it's like it's this moving moment, and one decision gets made, and then it gets switched. So you're just
I thought it was really cool.
Like,
I feel like I was expecting Wolverine to sacrifice himself because he doesn't really have anything else to go back to, and that's his way of just like owning up to all of the disappointments that he's had in his world and being like, well, now I can save this world and do something and make my life worth something. And then that way Deadpool can go back to his timeline and just like be with his friends and family and loved ones. But in the moment that Wolverine is going through the door to be able to stop the machine, fucking Deadpool just does the old like
switcheroo.
Yeah, switcheroo on him, and ends up going into the room, locking the door behind him, and like you can just see Wolverine losing his mind. Deadpool's like, I finally matter. I'm finally doing something that matters, and it's really moving scene. It's all kind of slow motion. It's all this Madonna song that's playing this entire time, right?
Oh man,
it's a phenomenal song,
that
by
music,
the way, as
so
I segue.
It's Madonna's "Like a Prayer," but with like an orchestral choir.
Yeah, it starts off
it's
like the song originally,
regular song,
and then it just goes into this beautiful transition, and it like plays out and slows down and speeds up, and it's just like one of those. I've just never heard a version like that before, and it was like such a beautiful moment.
It was great
to add to that scene. It ends up being Deadpool ended up not being able to reach both parts of the machine to destroy them within enough time, so Wolverine ends up breaking down the door, gets the other, it's like matter and antimatter matter, so the second they collide, it's just this massive explosion. But they end up helping each other, and I thought a fun part there was they kind of alluded to Hugh Jackman's character being just older, and like this is why he's in the suit now, because you don't know what his body looks like underneath. So in that moment when they collide and the explosion starts to happen,
Hugh Jackman's fucking ripped.
Oh my god, his shirt gets like dissolved, and
Deadpool,
I was like,
looks at him like,
even Deadpool was like, damn, I'm talking like 8-pack. This guy was jacked.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is this guy's routine? Please tell me. I must know. Do
you
know it?
He's talked about it. Yeah, I can tell you. But so it's basically he eats like, once again, Shape eats like 5,000-6,000 calories a day, drinks like.
He's not drinking this, bro.
3 or 4 liters of water a day or more. Then before like shoot days, he gets dehydrated, so you're more jacked. That's why his arms are so freaking veiny, and it's a lot of work. So I'm kind of surprised that he was willing to do it because he's in his late 50s or something.
Yeah, I mean, like, is that healthy?
Dude, his arms are so jacked, man. I'm like,
come you Jackman, jacked.
Who's got the dad jokes now?
I was on there or something. I'm gonna figure that one out. That wasn't too bad. Yeah. Okay, I've been hanging out with this one.
Hugh's jacked, man.
Hugh's jacked, man.
Yeah.
Hugh's jacked, man.
Yeah.
We'll work on that one. Yes, I liked that scene. That was fun. And you really thought they died. Honestly, I thought they both died, and it was sad. And I remember like kind of tearing up a little bit because I'm like, what the fuck, are they really just gonna kill these characters and then this is the end? Like, that seems so bizarre. They end up saving the timeline. They end up stopping Cassandra, and they end up alive. But they only ended up, the two of them, alive because they worked together. If only one of them had gone down there to destroy the machine, then they would have been destroyed completely. But because they were together, see what happens when you work together.
And then just kind of a perfect ending. After a serious moment, they come out, and it immediately turned like it's like this moving moment, and Paradox is lying about what went down to the head of the TVA from Loki, and literally like as soon as he's done speaking, they come around the corner and Deadpool says something, and Paradox is like, fuck!
He's like, fuck! Damn it, I got caught! So
then of course everybody's staring at Hugh's
jacked man.
Everybody's like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like, damn. So they end up taking Mr. Darcy away, sadly. And it was a really just fun, emotional moment towards the end there that everybody kind of ends up in their place where they're supposed to be, and they just hang out.
Deadpool actually like made good on all his promises.
He really did, yeah.
Yeah, which was a cool, like, I liked how they did that. It's like, he's not a total fuck up, but he's just, you know, sarcastic asshole.
He's a sarcastic asshole. But that's okay, because, you know, you gotta fight, man. Right. And then I think I really loved seeing Logan's character as just this like more redeemable, like more at peace person.
Okay, so we're talking to this camera now.
Because, this camera because I'm not in the studio and my other memory card is full. Anyway, we're almost done. I swear, I promise.
This is how our conversations go. We nerd rant and we talk about it forever. So.
Yeah, you don't even realize how much time goes by because I just keep talking and talking, which is funny because I'm not a talker. But the second I get to talk about anything remotely nerdy, you can't shut me up. So I love this. I really liked how they ended the movie. Personally, I think we see Logan's character walking off, and we see Deadpool's character just kind of sitting. He's got dog pool on his lap. And we don't know where Logan's going to go. Logan probably doesn't know where Logan's going to go, right? And you can see Wade, because now I think he like took his mask off, right? So you can see his face. Yeah,
he's kind of like thinking about it.
Yeah, really trying to like, even as audience members, I'm like, what is he about to do? Like, what is he going to say? Yeah. Like one last quip of like, something. And he ends up bringing Logan back to his timeline and home with his friends and his family.
With Blind Al.
With Blind Al.
You call her Blind Al? He's like, well, she's blind.
That's
so great.
Yet somehow she could see Coke. I'm like, that was so funny. I'm like, wait a second.
Because it was like the one thing that Kevin Feige actually said in real life. He's like, no cocaine in the movie. So that's why they make the joke about like, that's the one thing Kevin Feige said. And Ryan Reynolds talked about it in the interview too.
Did he really? Yeah. Okay. That's like an ongoing joke in the movie. I think that's funny. Yeah. And it was such a really nice ending. So you get to kind of pan around and see some of the other characters from the last Deadpool movies.
All his friends are there. And then the people that were in the void that helped them, like Elektra and Blade and X-23 and stuff, are there also. So they got them out.
So they got out of the void. They all redeemed themselves. Yep. They all matter, and it was really a beautiful scene at the end. And there's a moment when he's talking to, throughout the movie, it's kind of his ex-girlfriend, but in the scene at the end, they just have a nice little moment together, and then she grabs his hand. So obviously, because I'm a hopeless romantic, I'm like, and then they get back together and live happily ever after.
She better.
I'm like, all the shit this motherfucker just did. Right? Like, he's like, I did this for you. I'm like, oh God, I can even get someone to open the door for me. This motherfucker saved the whole timeline. Like, let's go. Like, never leave this man. He's a keeper. But overall, I was obsessed. I loved this movie so much.
Very good.
Obsessed with the soundtrack. They killed it on the soundtrack. Songs you knew, which make movies like that more fun. Right. Because you get to be more interacted in it.
Especially when they're like songs that you know but forgot about. And then it comes on, you're like, oh my God, I forgot how good this song is.
But it's funny because even though you've forgotten about a lot of songs, like The Brain is so fascinating, I'm like, I remember every single word to this song. I haven't heard it in years.
Right? But I can't remember 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but I can't remember what did I have for breakfast this morning? Yeah. Actually, I can't because I just had it, but that's fine. A Chick-fil-A sandwich. Was really delicious. So I loved it. I mean, how did you kind of feel about it?
Great, yeah. I walked out. There's so much that happened that I was like, okay, it's funny and I enjoyed it. And then as the night went on, I was kind of thinking about it and I was like, it was a great movie. Tons of callbacks. They had to fit a lot into it because they are I really think that they are resetting it. Something we forgot to mention, I think, is they literally talk about how the multiverse is dead. People don't want it. So I think they're going to, take what they were going to do and kind of steer it in another direction.
Yeah, I think they took the multiverse a little too far. And
it got too convoluted.
It just got, too convoluted, too confusing, too much going on. It's unnecessary. I like the idea of a multiverse, kind of like what Spider-Man, like at the end, when they all come back and help save the world, but they're in there for a couple of minutes. Like, it doesn't have to be.
It's almost like you just have to limit it to like, we're going to deal with this one and maybe a third. That's it. Not like, there's infinite, just go running around. And
I don't care for that either.
But no, it was great. And then the end credit scene had like a video montage to the Green Day song. And it was basically an homage to all of the Fox movies that came beforehand. So X-Men, all the different X-Men movies, Elektra, Blade, all of that. It was like
it's really cool to see.
We know you guys, we're giving you your just desserts and all that stuff.
Yeah, and just how young some of them really look. Like Hugh Jackman just looked like a little baby in that first X-Men movie. And in the homage, he's talking about how he was so nervous during the first scene, the first day of shooting. He just didn't want to let anybody down and make sure he did such a great job. And I was like, yo, this guy changed lives. He changed the rules.
And we thought he was in shape back then.
I thought he was jacked back then. Yeah, I don't know. Did that make sense? No, was that right? I feel like
he was Jack then.
He was Jack then. He's Jack now. Yes, I thought that was really sweet, and I loved the movie. I loved the characters. Funny, sad. I try not to cry. I'm a crier in movies, so that was one of those things. And again, because we wanted to make sure we were able to come on here and talk to you about it today, we literally just sat. I remember just feeling like so awkward in the car ride back because I didn't want to say anything that I like shouldn't say yet.
Like I want to talk about it, but I can't, so I'm just gonna not talk.
And I'm like, I'm gonna close my eyes as I think about the movie and like go over scenes that I really enjoyed and like. Anyway, overall, loved it. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10. Cannot wait. It's one of those movies I think I would see again in theaters.
I might, actually.
And now, especially as we've talked about it, there's certain things that I'm curious if I can go back and spot that I didn't spot the first time. And I can't wait to see it again. And I hope you all watch it and let us know how you feel about it. Again, I told you there's a lot of spoilers in this, so I hope you're okay with that. And it's a great movie. I loved it.
I loved it too. Let us know in the comments, like, what was your favorite part of the movie? What did you get? Was there a part that you didn't get? Are you going to go see it again? I think I am.
I know I am.
Yeah. I'm going to go on $5 Tuesdays.
$5 Tuesdays. I'm going to go with my theater that I really love going to.
With an actual recliner.
I'm so bougie. Like, I'm like, every time I go to the movie theater, I go to
We're spoiled now.
Nice-ass, spoiled, amazing high-end theater.
You're like, where's my champagne?
Yeah, I'm like, where's my champagne? Hello, where's the button to press for champagne?
Right.
So I ended up loving it, had a great time. Glad I got to see it with my fellow nerd, unfortunate Gryffindor over here. And unfortunately, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah. Not all of us can be winning at life. Anyway, so we're at Comic-Con, so I gotta get dressed and start heading down and having a good time. Now. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I know this is a little last minute kind of random all over the place video, but I wanted to make sure we got this out as soon as possible while it was still important, I guess, relevant. Yeah. Before we
technically today's opening day, even though it came out yesterday. But
hopefully you guys end up seeing it and loving it as much as we loved it. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Drew, again for being here. As always.
Always a pleasure.
Cheers.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Yes, please. Thank you so much. I love saying thank you. All right, everyone. Thank you. Love you. Bye.